Howdy folks, it's been a while since I've done a video. I just want to show you what I'm working on currently. This is a 3U Roadie case made by Rockville. I've got it on the eBay. It was about $80 plus shipping. So this is a 3U high unit. It's more or less meant for audio equipment. So you'd have like a equalizer here and maybe wireless mics set up here, maybe some sort of recorder or something else set up there. So it's 3U in total. It's about 18 inches deep, and it's hollow on the back. So it's just basically a carpeted wood form with I added some corner protectors here on the corners. But basically the idea here is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the G90 face and I'm going to recess it so that it's more or less flush with the surface. And the rest of the G90 will be like on the inside and mounted on a shelf. I'll have DC power available on the front panel with a little DC jack here, and this is a USB PD charger port here with voltage readout and QC30 charger panel right there. So that will mount probably approximately like that. I also found this really cool USB-C pass-through. It's a standard USB-C on the front and a standard USB-C on the back with a rubber grommet, and so that will mount somewhat like that, and it also comes with a little weatherproof cap. So what that will do is that's going to connect to my DigiRig Mobile on the inside of this chassis. So I'll just bring out my laptop, I'll connect right into this USB port, change over to digital mode on the G90, and I'll be basically able to operate just by connecting up the laptop and turning on the radio. So for charging, we're going to have actually a couple LiPo batteries inside here. Probably, I've been deciding whether I want to go with like 18 amp hour or something a little bit more like 20 or 24 amp hour LiPo, and then we'll have a charger system built inside. For powering the radio, also I wanted to mention that there's going to be some switches on the top for like changing antennas. So I'll either have a rotary switch. I would like to have like at least 3 antennas to be able to plug in at once. Probably only use 2, but I like the option of having 3. So some sort of 3-way antenna switch. The other thing that I'm trying to see if I can fit in here is the MFJ SWR and power meter that will go like inside this area down here possibly. So for powering the whole thing up, let's go over here. I'll show you. We have this is a D-Rock Buck 12 amp power supply. Let me get that down there. So what this does is you can put anything between 0 and 36 volts, I think. And then with the voltage and the current pots on the far right corner, you see they say CV and CC. One's for voltage and one's for current. And so power goes in on this side. It can be anything between, say, 12 and 36. It doesn't really care. And then on the outside, on the opposite of the board, it will put out anything between 0 and 32 volts, I believe. So obviously, if you feed it with something that's lower, I don't think it goes up. But I could be wrong. I have to check the documentation. But basically, it will supply 12 amps and anywhere between 0 and 32 volts with a very wide input range. And it also has a little LCD readout for current and voltage will be on this display here where my finger is. So, and it comes with a plastic top and bottom casing on it, so you can kind of like, if you want to, you know, make it look pretty, have it inside a plastic case. I took the protective wrapper off of this. It's a nice little laser cut plexi cover. Here's the bottom part. I didn't take the protective cover off of that, but basically I'll be having 2 of these probably, one to supply 12 volts and the other one to supply 16 volts. And the 16 volts is going to go to an amp that I have. It's about a 40 watt amp, normally at 13.8 volts. But I found that it works fine at 16 volts, and it will actually put out a little bit more than that. It'll go up to like 55 or 60 watts. So that will be also mounted inside the case somewhere. For the main supply, there's this power supply from DigiRig. It takes AC input, and it will go from 0 to 24. Yeah, 0 to 24 volts at 20 amps. So it's a decent power supply by DigiRig. It has voltage control on the front, and then a readout here for voltage and current, so you can see the exact output. I may have to make a change possibly to the power supply so that I can see these. I don't really know. Last thing is the shelf. I bought this also, I think I got this on Amazon. I'll put the links to everything down below. But this will be a shelf. It has the vents in here. I'll probably secure like the amp, maybe the antenna switch, various other components onto the shelf inside the unit. The one other thing I wanted to see if I can get on this unit is I found this surplus switch, and I just think it's really cool. It's kind of like a aircraft switch, and it'd be kind of cool to see if I can get this switch on the front panel somewhere. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. This little project that I'm working on right now, getting that G90 and all these other components mounted on the face. So, see ya.